This Scareclaw deck can make one of the scariest boards going first and one of the craziest boards going second. It's an OTK machine and it does it in the coolest way possible, I think. And in this video, I'm going to show you how we get there, how we control the board, and then when it comes back to us, how we OTK them. Stay tuned. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Shahid. I create content for the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG and Master Duel, and we're doing a Scareclaw combo video finally. So if you've seen my previous video, you'd know that the Scareclaw decklist is out right now. I've shared it. I like to think I've Frankenstein this build. It's something I've been working on for quite a long time now, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys. I've taken it to Euros, I've taken it to so many side events, and the deck performs exceptionally well. That said, I think there are some combos that might not seem obvious to some at first, so I want to use this video to showcase to you guys how we get there, and then again when the turn comes back to us, we're going to OTK the crap out of them. I'm going to show you the combo. For this example, we'll use Scareclaw Astra. I think this is my favorite Scareclaw of them all, really. It's the one that allows you to attack multiple times. Main phase 1, we normal summon Scareclaw Astra, we send it to grave for a link summon of Scareclaw Tri-Heart. Effect of Scareclaw Tri-Heart allows us to search the field spell, which, by the way, is not once per turn. If Tri-Heart gets hand trapped, for example, you can actually summon another one and search the field spell. So there we go, we've got the field spell. Next step, we're going to activate, of course, searching the Vice Starfrost. Now, what we're going to do next, we're going to target the Tri-Heart to destroy it and then special summon this guy. So that's what we're going to do. Special summon, destroy. Here's the kicker, right? The link 1 is insane. It's what makes this deck the crazy combo factor that it is right now. If you control Starfrost, you can special summon him from the grave. It's a once per duel effect, but that's fine. So we special summon it, and if you've noticed what we got on the board, it's a tuner and non-tuner. So keep it simple. We go straight to Hack of Firebrax, and now the combo gets a little bit interesting because now Hack of Firebrax effect will go off. It will summon a tuner from the deck. Now I'm testing different builds, but ultimately you always want to summon the Jet Synchron, of course, the MVP. I'm so glad this card is off the ban list. So yeah, we summon Jet Synchron, and now you're thinking, okay, we only have 2 monsters. How do we get to the third effect monster? I'll show you. We link away the Jet Synchron for the Linkaribo, and then this part, I'm going to draw 1 extra card. We'll assume this is a card. The reason why is Jet Synchron's effect, discard as a card as cost to special summon it. And there we go, there's our 3 effect monsters, which gets us into the Tri-Heart. So with 1 card, we've essentially, well, with 2 cards, we've essentially gone from 0 to hero. We've got Tri-Heart on the board. And then if we wanted to, remember, we're going to have more cards in our hand, not just these. We're going to activate Tri-Heart's effect, special summon Astra, and then special add to hand Scareclaw Right-Heart, okay? So now we've got Right-Heart. Each Scareclaw's effect can special summon adjacent to another Scareclaw monster, up, down, left, right. And because of that, we special summon Right-Heart right here. And then effect will search a spell or trap that's a Scareclaw card. So really simple. If we're going first, it's pretty obvious what we want to search. It's Scareclaw Splash. And in most cases, by the way, remember I've only done this with 1 card, but in most cases you're going to have a 3rd defense monster on the field, either on your side or the opponent's. And what that means is Right-Heart can draw 1 more card. Okay, so that's really important. So now we have this card. We've got a +1 card. We're able to pop a card with the field spell because there are 3 or more defense monsters on the field. So what we do now is we set the Scareclaw Splash. We'll set that face down here. Let's assume that's set face down. And then this card is an Omni Negate, and it works like Regulus. So the only drawback is, so this card allows us to negate the Dark Ruler no more, the Ultimate Slayer, and other cards that don't let monster effects respond. Assuming you've negated their stuff, your field spell has reduced their attack and defense, and your link monster, Tri-Heart, has turned their monsters to defense. It's back to your turn. You know what we do? It's really simple. We find another level 3 Scareclaw in the graveyard to special summon. Let's say this has gone to the grave, for example. We special summon the Scareclaw Astra from the graveyard or any level 3 Scareclaw. We add another Scareclaw to hand, most likely Acro, and then from there we end up OTKing them again. My testing, if Tri-Heart survives, we win the duel because the OTK damage is way too much, and I think it's a good card going against Terra Element too, because You never have to worry about dealing with their monsters because Tri-Heart is that powerful. And we move on to the next combo. So combo 2 is actually kind of the same thing as combo 1. The only difference is we have a card like Right, or we have a card like Water Enchantress of the Temple, or we have Foolish Burial. Of course, we all know how the Brave combo goes. What I really like about it, however, is the fact it's very flexible. We can use it to summon a Griffin, an Omni Negate, or we can go into the Illegal Knight to play around cards like Dark Blue No More, Super Poly, Ultimate Slayer. And how we do that, or with Griffin as well, by the way, you can do it with Griffin. You just keep it in your hand. If you think they don't have a hand trap, keep the Brave Monster in your hand, let them do stuff, and then chain the effect, special summon, because you control a token, and now its effect is live. So that's one cool way of using the Brave Engine in this deck. And you know what? You can also use them as bodies for your Tri-Heart. There are cases where you don't have enough bodies to make him. So you turn your token into a Link Spider. You can summon Temple, use it as a Link body, Link material, and then go from there. So this combo that you've just seen, plus Brave, is kind of the standard, the go-to. Let's do some test hands that show you the how it's like actually using the deck, drawing 5 cards and seeing what we get. Now there are cases sometimes where you draw your bricks. It's kind of the nature of a pile deck, simply because you're running so many cards like the Fateful, the Dracoback, the Griffin, the Illegal Knight, sometimes the Field Spell, because you want to search it with your Lightheart. And that means that, you know, you have these cards in hand that are essentially dead cards, dead weight. So what I've done, I'm going through different builds at the moment, by the way, keep that in mind. The build you're seeing right now is not using any hand traps. It's just something I'm testing, but it's still fine for the combo video. So yeah, let's do some test hands and see what we get. So, alright, Small World, Acro, great. Magician Souls, Field Spell, and Parallel Exceed. Okay, so I'm really excited about this one because I'm about to show you the potential of Small World. Okay, so let's break this down. I like the Magician Souls, however, I need to see Brave. Okay, for me, Brave and a Scareclaw level 3 is full combo. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna activate Small World, declare Magician Souls. Now this is where the big brain strats come in, because now we're gonna find what matches with this. I'm gonna say Scareclaw Tri-Heart. They're both dark monsters, and you know what's funny? Scareclaw Tri-Heart and Temple, Water Enchantress of the Temple, share 1500 attack, which means we can now bridge into our Temple. And this is the fun part of the deck where everything is accessible with everything and makes it super consistent. And I did mention it before, but Parallel Exceed with these two is the gigantic combos. Let's start with the Water Enchantress of the Temple, banish for effect. We'll search the Rite of Aramese, special summon, always in defense, because you always want the Field Spell to be live in case something happens. So we'll do that, and then we'll place our Faithful Adventure in the Spell and Trap card zone. We want to normal summon Scareclaw Acro. Now what we can do is search the Equip spell, and then we'll go straight into the Griffin because we have our discard. So let's go straight into that. Let's find the Griffin Rider, discard the Dracoback for the end of the effect. Target the token, chaining 2 Griffin to special summon. Boom, we've got Omni Negate. Wicked. Alright, so next we're going to do our Scareclaw combo. Link away Acro for Lightheart. Lightheart will search the Field Spell. Now what you've noticed is I've already got a Field Spell in hand, and that's exactly what I was talking about earlier. We don't want to see our Field Spell, and that's why I'm running at 2, not 3, because you're going to activate 1 per turn, and that sucks when we've got 2. So we've just drawn essentially a dead card. We're going to make the most of it. Activate the Field Spell, search for the Vice of Starfrost, the coolest card in the game. And then again, we'll do the same combo. Target Lightheart, destroy to special in defense. Always keep in defense. Lightheart's effect, because we have Starfrost on the field, we can special this guy once per duel. And we'll special him. And then the rest is history. We'll go into the Hack of Fibrax. Here's where it gets interesting, because you've seen our hand, Parallel Exceed. Okay, Chainlink 1 Hawk, summon a tuner from the deck. Chainlink 2 Parallel Exceed, you're chain blocking as well, to special summon near Link Arrow and then bring out another one from the deck. So let's resolve that. So Chainlink 1 Hawk, Chainlink 2 Parallel Exceed to special summon. We'll resolve this now. Parallel Exceed, of course, bringing out the next one, and then Hack of Fibrax, bringing out the Jet Synchron. Wicked. Alright, now let's go into the Link Karibo like we talked about before. Pretty easy, we just bring that onto the board. What can we do next? Okay, so there's a few options. IP Masquerena needs 2 non-link monsters. Because of that, we want to make sure we're not using link monsters as material. So to to get the Tri-Heart out, let's just get rid of these link bodies so we don't make things awkward for us. Let's link those away for the Tri-Heart. And then if we want IP Masquerade on the board, or if we want some versatility or flexibility, we can do other stuff. But in this case, I'm just going to discard my field spell to special summon the Jet Synchron, and then yeah, bring out the IP Masquerade. So remember, this is like a going first board. I think going second, there are ways to switch it up, but yeah, if you're going first, I would probably end up with this, and then boom, here we go. Tri-Heart's effect, special summon from the grave, Acro, we'll target it first. We will add to hand a Scareclaw Tri-Heart. Now I've took this ratio of this card down to 2, and I've took out the reinforcement of the army, and this is why we do that, because Small World means we sometimes banish a copy, so we just need that second copy. So now we add it to hand, pretty easy. We special summon, search the Scareclaw Splash, and then because we control 3 or more defense monsters, we get to draw 1 card, which is really nice, which is a Balloon. Right now that's not useful, however we can use that next turn to get our combo started once again and OTK them. We have a Omni Negate, we have another Omni Negate, and then we have the IP Masquerade to give us a level of interruption, disruption that the opponent sometimes will not expect. Now here are some options that IP can go into. I'll put them up on the screen for you too. We have Apollosa, we have Mech Knight, Avramax. Avramax with IP protection is a boss monster that the Tail Element matchup can't even out. In OCG they started running Bowler Dragon just to out it, which shows how notorious the card is. So that's one option. You could use the link free and the link 1. So link free, treat IP as a link 1, boom, Avramax. Or you can go to the Apollosa, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's your 3 negates. Or you can do something spicy, which is the Nightmare Griffin, which is something I go into more often than not. We use these as material, summon the Griffin, and then now the opponent cannot activate the effects of special summon monsters unless they're under a link arrow. Because we're not giving them any link arrows, they have to do it themselves. Because we have 2 Omni Negates, my thought process is we can stop them even getting there and then giving them a hard time. And then the other effect of Nightmare Griffin, which is really nice, is on summon, discard a card, set a spell or trap from the graveyard. So that spell we just discarded, the field spell, or the rights for follow-up, or the Small World for follow-up. And I'm not sure if I have it in my side deck. If not, I will pull it up on the screen, because Scareclaw Alternative is a card that means your opponent cannot link summon. If they can't link summon, then that means Nightmare Griffin's floodgate effect resolves without any issues, right? The only issue of that trap card is you need 3 Scareclaw bodies to tribute, so your IP may end up using the Griffin and the Brave token as a link material, so keep that in mind. I think we move on to some Small World discussion and reason why we play it. Small World's effect can banish a monster from your hand face down, another one from your deck face down, and then the third one adds to hand. The kicker is the first and second card have to share only 1 stat that's on the card. It can't be any more. And then the second and third card has to do the same. So the reason and the magic behind this is these Scareclaw monsters all have 0 attack. So that can bridge us into the Magician's Souls as the second bridge. Because it's a spellcaster and the only trait it shares is that it's a spellcaster, it gets us into the temple, okay? Let's do another example. Let's say we have a temple already, but we don't have a Scareclaw monster. How do we get there? Well, again, it's really simple. Let's say we have our Magician Souls that we want to small bridge this into a Scareclaw monster. We can try that with activating Small World, target Magician Souls, bridge into Illegal Knight, and then Illegal Knight goes into the 2000 defense Scareclaw monster. I'll just get that for you guys. Acro, one of my favorites. And yeah, that's the bridge from Magician Souls all the way to Acro using Illegal Knight. That's like another thing I like about this deck, is you've got to figure your way out as you play it. So let's say we have Small World here. We want to get into, let's say, Magician Souls, for example, okay? We'll use Scareclaw Tri-Heart. We'll find a Water Enchantress of the Temple. Again, they share the same attack stat that gets us into Magician Souls. Or if we want to, this is really crazy, we can do Scareclaw Tri-Heart into Magician Souls into the Temple, because the only stat they share is that they're a spellcaster. So this is like one of the craziest bridges. What I've noticed in testing and in duels is Magician Souls becomes the second bridge card all the time, most often, and that's why I've decided to run 2 of this and only 1 of the Illusion of Chaos. And that's a really short, you know, in-depth guide onto why we play Small World. What I've ended up deciding on is because our Temple Scareclaw engine works so well together, that's all we care about. So we're going to play cards that complement them as well as complement the rest of the deck. And so guys, that pretty much wraps up the combo video. We've gone into depth about how we get from A to Z. We've gone from how the Brave engine impacts the deck, how we OTK. We've talked about first turn boards, ways we can adapt that first turn board, some test hands, and we've also talked about Small World, one of the most fun parts of the deck. I really like using that card, and just the fact we're able to bridge from A to Z is really fun. And you know, it's like Pot of Prosperity in a way, which is really funny because a lot of our cards draw and we can't play Prosperity for that reason, but we use the Small World as a Prosperity. So again, what I've said before, it can only get better going forward because we have cards like Small World, because new cards are releasing, new powerful cards. I hope you guys found the combo useful, and I want to see what you guys can do with the deck. Let me know in the comments how it goes for you. Maybe you're going to use this deck in real life. Maybe you're going to use this deck on EDO Pro, do some testing online. I want to see, send me some screenshots or anything like that about how you've used the deck. You can hit me up on Twitter and send me those. I'd love to check it out. The things I've done on EDO, like the boards I've broken and then OTK'd them, is hilarious. Yeah guys, with that being said, thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.